Hello, it's been a while. Been a long time. First of all, I want to start this video by saying that I appreciate all the continued support, all the love on videos that I've made in the last year. I don't make a lot of them. A lot of them seem to do well because I think that the focus was very heavy on a certain camera that everybody's still looking up. But yeah, I very much appreciate all the subscribers, all the love. A lot of you followed me on Instagram, which I'll put back up on the screen, which is really nice. A lot of you reach out on Instagram and say like, hey, I saw your Fuji videos. I followed a lot of you back because a lot of you are taking great photos. So it's cool to see that it's kind of mixing everything together. I don't use Instagram a ton, which I'm sure if you do follow me on there, you notice that I post like once every, I don't know, several weeks. I never really post on there. I want to start using it more, so feel free to follow that. Another thing I want to mention is today it is April 6th, 2020, so I hope a lot of you are staying safe and healthy in the physical way, the emotional way, the mental way, all that kind of stuff, because I think right now is really trying for a lot of people. I, for one, unfortunately was let go of my full-time job due to everything going on. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I think that if we focus on the right side of it, the positivity, and keeping everybody in the loop as far as like your friends and your family, if it means you FaceTime or video chat them, or you just do what you can to like keep some sort of routine, keep some sort of normality, because you can't really do too much right now. Right now, I'm motivated to continue staying positive and creative and focus energy somewhere. So my career took a pivot in the last 6 months, which is good, towards more design and illustrative stuff, which is great because I can do that all the time. So I'm doing a lot of that stuff for fun from home. The numbers on YouTube are making me motivated to do stuff like this again. Now I have the time to sit down and do it, which is also another thing. So that's another thing I wanted to mention, is that over 90% of people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So if I see those numbers climbing, then I will focus more that way, and I will spend the time to sit down, film, edit, get stuff up on a way more regular basis. And that being said, I don't want my channel to just be about a Fuji camera, because I think that will run dry. I don't think that there's enough to talk about. I don't go out and shoot it as much, which I'll get into in this video, but I don't know what direction to take this channel. So if you have any suggestions, like I would love to do a video that's just kind of like me answering questions, because I do get a lot of comments of people asking me certain things, whether it be personal or professional, whatever it is. It doesn't need to be about the camera. I'd like to sit down and answer a lot of those in a video instead of replying to each comment. So if you have anything, I'm just gonna leave the comment section open. And once it builds up enough to make a video over some answers, then I'm gonna do that. So feel free to ask me whatever you want, personal, professional, photo, design, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I wanna continue using YouTube as an outlet, but I just don't know what to focus the content on if the Fuji stuff starts to kind of diminish. So it's kind of a weird pivot that I'm trying to think of for YouTube, but I don't want to stop doing it. Like I really like doing it and putting it together. So I'm gonna play around with some stuff. Some videos don't do so well. Some videos do really well. So we'll try to find that balance. Another thing I've been doing, if this is interesting to anybody, is I started streaming video games again. I used to do it 10 years ago, a long time ago, and I just find it really fun. My friends and I don't take it seriously. We throw our mics on and we just goof around and we play crappy free games like Fortnite or something like that. So I'll put my Twitch up on the screen and in the description as well. If I see some follows there, then again, it will motivate me to continue doing this kind of stuff. And you never know, like maybe I can start doing certain things like this and just go back to that freelancey contracting kind of routine, so that I can do a few videos a week, or stream every day, or whatever it is. So once I see that people care, then I will definitely focus energy on it. So all that being said, let's get straight into the main topic of this video. So I did a video last year of the speculations of the Fujifilm X100V before it was announced and before things were going on. I just watched it back to make sure that I wasn't misled on what I said back then because it was quite a while ago. But a lot of what I said in that video actually did come into that camera, which is great, like, because that's what I wanted for the next generation, and it did happen. A lot of the stuff did happen. So you may be wondering why I titled this video the way I did. I didn't buy one, and I'm not going to buy one, even though I'm pretty sure in my last video I said there's things that would make me for sure upgrade, and they did come with them. So I'm eating my own words a little bit, but to explain myself a little bit, back then I was shooting a lot of just like lifestyle-y kind of street stuff, which is great, like Fuji's perfect for that. And then a lot of my career was, I was running a studio doing a lot of product photography, like white background, e-commerce type stuff. And the Fuji's just simply too wide for that. Of course you can edit perspective and stuff like that, but for the workflow, it just started to be a little cumbersome to use the Fuji for that. For my lifestyle photos, it was perfect. I would still shoot lifestyle lookbook type photos or product lookbook photos with the Fuji. But when it came to studio, I definitely needed something a little bit different. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, I used to film on a Sony FS5 Mark II, which I've actually gotten rid of because I'm not doing sole video projects as much anymore, because like I said, my career took a pivot. So I got back into a Sony mirrorless camera to kind of get me the best of both worlds. So right now I'm filming this on an A7 Mark III, and I bought a 55 1.8 and a 28 f2, which is what I'm filming this on. So that just kind of, this is nice, a nice little video setup, like the body with the 28mm, and then the 55 was for studio and for photos in general because it's such a great lens. But I had to end up doing that career-wise, which kind of made the Fuji take a back seat for a little bit. And it sucks to say that because I absolutely love my X100F, and I think it's still such a viable like travel camera, or you know, if you're going on a walk or a hike or something like that and you don't want to carry something, then you can hardly notice this thing. But when the X100V came out, my guy at the camera store was like, hey, like, we got pre-orders if you want to get in on one. And this X100F, just like, I don't really need to upgrade from it because I don't need a tilt screen or an articulating screen. I don't really need that because I don't shoot away from my face really. And even if I did, I'm more of like a portrait shoot, so it's like I can't even really use it to my advantage that well. I don't know, it doesn't really appeal to me because I've never really needed them or used them. I'm more of a viewfinder kind of guy. The lens does seem to have a significant upgrade, but again, I just don't feel like I need it for this kind of, what this does for me. Like, this is perfect, like when we go to LA, I can throw this over my shoulder and I never have to worry about it. And I can take, you know, dozens of photos in a day, and then again the next day, and then again the next day, and they're usually all perfect from the camera, and I don't really have to worry too much about it. So I don't feel the need to try to get rid of this just to put more money out of pocket into one that's only slightly better. If I had an older X100, then I would maybe consider it. So if you're looking at X100 in general right now, like let's say you're coming from a 5D Mark III or Mark IV, or Sony mirrorless stuff, or Nikon, or whatever you're coming from, and you want to downsize, and your first purchase into the Fuji compact kind of realm was the X100V, then that's what I think is a great idea, because it's such a phenomenal camera. If this is as good as it is, then for sure that thing is great. I can't really vouch for it too much because I've never used it, I've never shot with it. I'm just going off of the research that I've put in and knowing how well this thing performs compared to the upgrades that that thing has. So it's for sure slightly better. I'm not downplaying that at all, but I just don't think that I need to upgrade. So I'm not going to, I'm just simply not going to. But I don't think I need to sell this for $1,000 and then put, you know, $700-800 into another Fuji when this one just does everything I need. I haven't used it in a bit, like I said. I did run the studio at work with this for a while, and it performed great. Like, I was doing full studio work with this. It performed just fine. Nobody ever complained. Like I said, I had to get a tighter lens to focus on workflow. But yeah, I feel like A year ago, I would have been really excited to be like, oh yeah, let's see the new Fuji. Like I'll probably buy it. But I just am not super, I don't think that I need it. And I feel like it would be a little greedy if I thought that I did, because I have a capable camera. And I am very simplistic when it comes to wanting to go and shoot. Like I carry a cheap film camera with me and then this thing. And that's great. Like I've always been very happy with what those produce. And then I spoiled myself a little bit on this Sony. So when I shoot with the 55mm, then I'm like, okay, I see the difference. I totally get why people go with this kind of setup. But again, like I love the street photography side of the Fuji and the lifestyle photo and the lookbook style photo all with the Fuji. So I'll probably continue to use that for that. But the X100V just doesn't seem to have enough for me. If it had a different lens completely, not just like more elements or sharpness to the same kind of lens, like if it was a 35 1.8 or 1.4, then it would be a little bit more tempting to me, but then the price point would probably be much higher. So I'm just going to ignore it. I'm gonna turn off that desire to upgrade and buy gear, and I'm just gonna sit with this, and I'll continue to use it in videos and stuff like that. And you know, if anybody has any questions about that, I'm still free to answer them. But like I said, I'm open to suggestions of what, as an audience, as what people like want to see. You know, more vlog style stuff, like more cooking, more day-to-day kind of stuff, then great, I can do that. Or if you'd rather just have, I don't know, it's hard to think of, because my channel started in such a weird way, where I made a video about a Fuji and it got like 40,000 views, and all these people were kind of like, oh, this is the Fuji guy. And I don't know if I earned that title. Like I don't feel like that's very accurate, because I'm not. I've made like a handful of videos talking about my experience and my relationship with my Fuji, but that's it. I don't know how to translate that, or how to pivot the channel and the content to something else without losing any interest. So I want to continue talking about like creative stuff, and I want to help people gain their confidence in the creative world. I was an art director, so I do photo, video, design, illustration, consulting, like all that kind of stuff falls under my belt. So I'm trying to find ways to transfer that, or translate that into this channel, and show other ways to keep people motivated and keep people creative. So yeah, I'm taking suggestions. If you ask me something, I'm gonna leave it, so don't think I'm ignoring it. I'm gonna leave it and I'm gonna answer it in a video. I'm gonna just start making videos of things I think of. And if you guys have questions, great. That's a video in itself right there. So ask away. Let's keep everything nice and light and positive. I'll just delete it if it's not anyway, which is the beauty of it. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you again for all the subscribers, like 1,500, never expected that. It kind of came out of nowhere to me, and I think it's fantastic. For those of you that follow my Instagram, again, really appreciated just the handful of you. That's great. Thanks again for tuning in. The next one won't be several months from now. Hopefully this is more of a continuous thing, and yeah, see you in the next one.